the 4 most searched for mattresses that I can see on YouTube: Simba Mattress, Casper Mattress, Eve Mattress, Leesa Mattress. And in many ways, they all offer something different. First of all, I have to say, Leesa began in the USA 2014, came to the UK 2016. Got to point out, of course, these are UK version mattresses. When you go outside of the UK, they will be a different mattress. The foam will be differently sourced, and if you go to the USA, it'll be a different feel, because apparently in the UK and the USA, we prefer a different type of mattress. So I'm just pointing out these are UK specific mattresses and reviews and my opinions. As I said, Leesa, UK 2016, but began in the USA, even though they are British behind the company. Eve in the UK since 2014. Casper, US company, came to the UK 2016. Simba, the company was formed 2015, but also came to the UK 2016. So a couple of years, they've all been around, tried and tested. Some have been tried and tested more than others. What I mean by that, because of course I can no longer say the Eve mattress, because Eve now do 3 other mattresses, a premium and a hybrid, and I think something else, and they may actually be doing a dog mattress as well, but most of them are now expanding into other lines. At least they have the CertiPur mattress, also a premium mattress, but been in the USA for quite a while. I'm hoping to get hold of a CertiPur mattress to do a review on at some point. No plans on getting a Eve premium, but I wanted to point out that Eve have changed in a major way at least 5 times. I did a video on it. They called it the Eve Original. It's not the original. The original was a latex mattress. Then it was a memory foam mattress. It's now polyfoam on top. Casper has also evolved. Was 3-layer, now it's a 4-layer configuration. Simba, probably, you know, one of the few mattresses that basically is the same mattress, although not completely, but basically the same mattress and the same idea behind it as when it started. So Leesa and Simba, the most consistent design, tried and tested, and obviously no major flaws. They've not had to rework it or try and work their margins in another way. So all bring something different to the market, all bring something different to the table. Start off by quickly saying the Simba and Casper are on the softer side of medium to firm. Of course, they all describe themselves as medium firm, but they will all have a different feel. I have to say, there's no memory foam mattresses, nothing that I consider a memory foam mattress, but of course they all have memory foam. And a lot of people read the specs and say, oh, well, memory foam, I want memory foam, I'm going to get it. In my opinion, if memory foam is not on the top layer, in other words, it can't really react to your body heat, it's not a memory foam mattress, in my opinion. Yes, it will make the mattress, when it's, you know, when it's a few layers down or a layer down, it will add a dead feeling. So it will soften, it will reduce some of the bounce of the mattress. And yes, it will mold slowly over a period of time, more so than the top polyurethane layer. Of course, the top polyurethane layer will be very responsive, and this seems to be the niche thing at the moment. Say, oh, we're more responsive than that one. Of course, memory foam is not very responsive. That's how it works. So it's kind of, the slow response is kind of hidden when it's underneath the polyurethane layer, but then they can say memory foam layer, and people say, well, I want a memory foam mattress because I've got aches and pains, and I hear memory foam is good for that. So I'm just pointing out, because Eve for a long time was a memory foam mattress, advertised as a memory foam mattress. People looked at it as a memory foam mattress. The memory foam was on top, only thin layer, 3 centimeters, but it was on top. Then I would call it a memory foam mattress. It's no longer, and it's not obvious because they talk about Eve comfort layers and things and then compare it to memory foam, but it's not. It's polyurethane, it's plain polyurethane foam. I have to point out, memory foam, of course, is polyurethane foam. I know that when people keep telling me, but I do talk about memory foam and polyurethane foam and polyfoam as though they're different things, because their properties are very different. That's why I do it. But I have to point out, memory foam is a polyurethane foam. So on the softer side of medium to firm, Simba, Casper, very firm in my opinion, Eve, and in between them all, why I call this the Goldilocks mattress, the Leesa, while they're all saying, claim and strive to be middle ground, medium firm, that's the only one that seems to me properly medium firm. Doesn't mean to say it's the best mattress, because we all want a different feel. But in terms of, oh, I don't know if I want one of the softer or the firmer ones, Leesa is always a good starting point, because it is the middle ground of all the mattresses that I've tried, and I've tried a lot of the online ones now. It's middle firmness from the softer to the firm. It lays in the middle. Doesn't make it the best mattress, but it makes it a good starting point if you've got no idea what's going to suit you. So the next thing people want to say, well, how comfortable are they? And of course, I can't tell you how comfortable. I would love to do a video saying most comfortable mattress 2019, best mattress 2019. If I was chasing views, I'd be doing that like everybody else. It's the most misleading thing you can say. It is so individual what is going to suit you as a mattress. And if you're thinking, I'm going to make sure I get the right mattress first time, that's absolutely potluck. Nobody can tell you, but can guide you towards your best mattress. But you're going to need a reference point to start with. So I can't tell you what's the most comfortable. Now, if you want to know, to me, what's the most comfortable, to be honest, I've been going to the Casper. Now, I do use a topper. So if I'm not using a topper, Casper at the moment would be my go-to. That is because my back issues have improved. When I had my lower back issues, when it was really acute, it couldn't be out of place at all, or I really felt it on the discs. I needed a firmer mattress. Casper was a bit too soft. I would be better off with the Leesa, but even Leesa, not quite enough support. So in those days, something like the Eve would have been okay for me, but not comfortable. So I wanted to point out comfort and what is good for aches and pains, two different things. And what's comfortable in the first hour may not be comfortable when you wake up 8 hours later and wonder why you've still got an ache and pain. It's because something's out of alignment, or your body is not liking something. Some of it, it may be absolutely fine, complete alignment, but your body is just not happy. It remembers what an older mattress was like, and it's just not accepting it, and your muscle memory being what it is, and your brain being what it is, and mind maps and all that, it just becomes uncomfortable for no particular reason. So it's very, very personal. In my opinion, for me, 13 stone, Casper has the most give. So the two softer ones, Casper and Simba, and I am a back side sleeper. First of all, I have to point that out. So at the moment, Casper is comfortable and I can get a decent night's sleep, but it is on the softer side of medium firm. Most similar would be Simba, and of course I'm talking about softer ones being more suitable to back and side sleeping. Softer are not suitable for tummy sleeping. If you're sleeping on your tummy, you're looking for a firm feel. If you are on the light side, a softer mattress may still have a firm feel to you, and if you are heavier or very heavy, a soft mattress is completely out of the question for tummy sleeping. You need to go to the firmer mattresses. So you need to have compatibility between your weight and your sleeping position. The fact that I say something like Eve is firm, to me, if you're 18 stone, it's going to be quite soft to you. So remember, it's all relative. So even an 18 stone guy, woman, whatever, sleeping on their tummy may have problems with the Eve being still on the soft side. But if you are on the lighter side, definitely something like the Leesa or the Eve would be more suitable for tummy sleeping, in my opinion. But Casper and Simba, very similar firmness levels. However, I would say the Casper is more contouring. And the big thing about the Simba, of course, is that people say it's got those micro springs, and I've seen them on YouTube, and they push them down and there's no resistance. No, there's no resistance, but it doesn't mean it has no strength in it. It's not meant to be providing resistance. It's providing resilience to the layer above it. In a way, it's acting like a frame, and it's providing comfort. So the coils are sinking where you're pushing in, not sinking where you're not pushing in. It's providing some contouring. It's not meant to provide resistance. 2 centimeters, nobody's going to say that's going to try and hold your body up. Of course not. You need full size springs if that's what you're thinking your springs should be doing. However, it's a matter of debate of whether it makes any difference if you would take them out or not. On paper, adding those micro coils should add some longevity to the foam above. However, that is a matter of debate. So between Simba and Casper, Casper is certainly my version of Casper. I have to say, you've got to remember there's going to be some differences between all these mattresses. They're not all, the foams, not all from the same pool. There's going to be some variance. So that's one reason why someone says, oh, it's a bit firm to me and a bit soft to someone else. But on my Casper, which is softer than the older versions from like 2017, it's more contouring. In terms of bounce, There's more bounce, I think, on the Casper. So those are two for me that I would say, oh, comfortable and I can sleep on. Any softer than that, no, I still couldn't sleep on. And something like the Emma Hybrid, which is the softest that I've tried, is just too soft. Let me come on to the firm mattresses. Eve and Leesa. I wouldn't say Leesa is firm, as I said, it's really bang in between. Eve, too firm for me. In terms of, you're just not sinking in. There's no change in there's nothing coming to hug my lumbar region here. My lower back does not like that at all. It does need to sink in and have some support in that curve in the lumbar region. And then the Leesa, which I must point out, it's probably one of the only ones that has some imagination, and the top cover with some actual branding. You could pick it out straight away. If I look across here, apart from the yellow around the sides, all these white tops, they all get very much to look the same as everyone else. So Leesa, yeah, absolutely between them. More on the firm side than soft, but it's definitely not a firm mattress, definitely not a soft mattress. So right bang in the middle. So I would say, you know, it's safe for all sleeping positions, the Leesa. Is it the best mattress for you? Not saying that. Saying it's the safest starting point and could be suitable for all sleeping positions. Unless you're, as I said, 18 stone, when you're going to need something like the Eve for tummy sleeping positions. So, what are they? What's inside them? First of all, of course, they are all 100 night trials. They are all bed in the box. They all come in a big box, vacuum packed, and you will take off the plastic wrapping and you will let it expand, and it may say you can sleep on it now or in a few hours, but of course always let it to air for 48 hours. Simba. Latex top layer, of course the 2,500 conical pocket springs, the big talking point below that. I have to say, they did try and bring a premium mattress to the market not long ago. It lasted a couple of weeks it seemed, and then they took it off the website. To return at another point, I don't know. Memory foam underneath the pocket springs. So it's quite different. Latex on top, woohoo, but of course it's synthetic latex, it's not natural latex. Some people say, oh, it's fake latex. It's not fake latex. Synthetic latex is latex. It's just it's made from petrochemicals. It will, on paper, be more resilient, last longer than a polyurethane top foam layer. It is CertiPur certified, which means the polyurethane foam, and CertiPur is specific to polyurethane foam, the polyurethane foam used in it is certified to be low in volatile organic compounds, low in off-gassing of the harmful chemicals, and of chemicals they're allowed to use, the limits are specified. It's a strict criteria over and above the normal EU regulations. However, I have to point out, CertiPur does not cover latex, so the synthetic latex used in Simba is not covered by CertiPur or any certification. However, it's partly CertiPur certified. It's better than none at all, of course. Casper in the US, fully certified. It is not CertiPur certified or any other certifications in terms of VOCs. In the UK, Eve is fully CertiPur certified, but CertiPur does not cover the cover. So when they use a synthetic cover, such as these polyester covers, well, they are petrochemicals. You still get some off-gassing, some leaching from them. It's not covered by CertiPur, but the rest of the mattress is CertiPur. Leesa, not CertiPur at all. However, as I stand here with all four mattresses, I'm not getting any smell. I did get a smell originally with Simba. It absolutely stunk. Synthetic latex does stink. Got some smell with Casper, a little bit with Leesa, quite a bit with Eve. But at this point, I don't smell anything at all. Some of the headline figures. You can take or leave Amazon reviews and you can have your opinions on how genuine or not genuine some of them may be. I'm not making any comment on that. I'm just going to tell you what the Amazon reviews are on the UK website as a point of interest. Simba 4.4 on Amazon, Casper 4.3, Leesa 4.1, Eve 3.9. Of course, Eve has changed a lot. So there will be a mix and match of which mattresses they're actually reviewing. Leesa has changed the least of all of them. So you can say it's a solid 4.1. Simba actually, I have to be fair, has not changed that much. In terms of the covers, they are all polyester covers. Only the Simba and the Eve have washable covers. It's a big deal. Some of them have covers where the label says you can wash them. but the company says they don't recommend it, or they don't like you washing it. They won't outright say it is washable, because it can affect the fire retardant properties, it can affect the actual material itself. It never feels quite the same afterwards. So I can't remember what the labels were on these. Top of my head, Simba, Eve, washable. The others aren't. When I take the covers off, I'll check the labels again. All, of course, polyester covers, which is a shame in this day of tensile covers. A completely natural material, highly wicking, highly antimicrobial. Edge support. They're all much alike, really, when it comes to foam mattresses. I will say, being a firmer mattress does give Eve the edge for edge support, by nature of it being firmer. But in terms of, Leesa's a bit firmer than Simba and Casper, but they're all around the same when it comes to edge support. Basically, when you lay on it, sit on it to put your shoes on, whatever, it is going to collapse under your weight, but not completely. 30 to 50% of the height will collapse, depending on your weight. In terms of cooling, well, none of them have memory foam on the top. Memory foam is always going to have more heating issues than any other type of foam. So they're all about the same. However, synthetic latex on paper may sleep a bit cooler than polyurethane top layers. I say on paper because everybody has different experiences when it comes to these things. There's no consistent train of thought or feedback that says that's always been cooler, that's always been hotter, etc. It's a bit of a mishmash, but I can tell you, theoretically, synthetic latex will have an advantage in cooling. So theoretically, Leesa's top layer, which is Avena foam, which is a highly resilient polyurethane foam, closer to latex than a normal polyurethane foam would be, has holes throughout it, something you get with natural latex. It's going to help airflow and help cooling. So on paper, for cooling, Simba, Leesa are going to be a bit better than Casper and Eve. However, Eve is a firm mattress. That means you lay further on the top of it. And as you sink more into a mattress, you have the potential for more heat build-up around you inside the curve of that foam. So being firmer, if you lay on the top of it more than you would sink into another mattress, that's going to help you sleep cooler. But you're going to have to like a firmer mattress. So you could say Eve potentially is the best for sleeping cool. If you are a normal weight or lighter, if you're heavy, you're going to sink into it anyway. Just remember, in general, the more you sink into a mattress, the more heat issues you're going to have. The more you lie on top of it, i.e. a firm mattress, the less heating issues you're going to have. But you're going to might have comfort issues. Bounce. Again, all about the same, but I did find Casper slightly more bouncy. I'm going to check my testing. So there's definitely a decent amount of bounce on the Casper. Of course, the flip side of that is it's going to be worse off the motion transfer, because you're going to feel more of the motion being transferred across by nature of it being bouncy. Not a lot of bounce on the Simba. There is some bounce, but not a lot compared to Casper. Eve, you'd normally expect, being a firmer mattress, to have more bounce than the others, but there is very little. Again, very similar to the Simba, not as much as Casper. And Leesa, very similar again. So Casper more bouncy, the other three very similar, but it's not like there's a huge gap between them. Point elasticity. In other words, when you press down in one area, how much of the foam is involved? The better the point elasticity, the less foam outside of that area that is pushed down. And that, of course, is good for contouring. That is good for your aches and pains. It's going to support you where you need it, where you're pushing down, and fill out the gaps elsewhere. In terms of point elasticity, I found Eve the best. But of course, again, firmer mattresses are going to have an advantage when it comes to that. It's more impressive to me when you get good point elasticity on a softer mattress. I did find Simba slightly better than Casper and Leesa. Casper and Leesa are quite similar. Simba a little bit better. It's not like, oh, it's a deal breaker. Simba a little bit better for point elasticity. Have to point out though, of course, a year down the road, quality of point elasticity will change between them. And obviously I haven't slept on each of them for a year. I can't really tell you. As I said, as they start softening up and the properties start changing and the foam starts weakening, those properties will be very different. So, early days, this will be quite accurate. But down the road, where resilience is highly important, and why you pay a lot more money for top brands, is because you're paying for quality foam. I'm not saying these aren't quality, But why density is really important, it's a signal of higher quality and more resilience. So the properties will, on day one, will hold up longer down the line. So a lot of people simply think, they come on my unboxings and they want to know, all I wanted to know was, is it comfortable? I don't need to listen for 40 minutes. Well, I can't tell you that, and I've got to keep stressing you. If you're coming on a video wanting to know if the only thing you want to know is it comfortable, good luck buying a mattress, because you do not understand what goes into a mattress. It's going to be pot luck if you get the right mattress for you or not. So the long and short of that is, yeah, Eve is probably better for point elasticity, but of course, firm mattresses do have an advantage when it comes to that. None of them are bad. The others are all pretty similar, but Simba slightly better. Motion transfer, as I said, the flip side of bounce, that's where Casper starts to lose out. So if you are, if you've got a heavy partner and you don't want to keep feeling the move all the time, and motion transfer is an important part of you buying your mattresses, and these are 4 of the mattresses you're considering. So Casper ends up being probably the worst of the bunch. Has reasonable bounce, but you will feel motion being transferred right across. The best, surprisingly, for a firmer mattress, the Eve, of course, flip side again of not having much bounce for a firm mattress, Simba, Leesa. So all pretty much what you'd expect. However, Casper does come up the worst on that. Simba, Leesa quite similar. Eve probably the best. However, if this is a major issue for you though, you're probably better off with the significantly more memory foam mattresses like Huggy and Nectar, which I'm sleeping on at the moment. Have virtually zero motion transfer. In terms of price, well, I'm laughing because of course I can tell you, I can compare retail prices, but who pays retail prices on a mattress? Whenever you go on these websites, it's got a discount, this off or that off, or the free pillows, blah, blah. So when they first started, it was a bit different. You had to search out for discount codes and all that. No longer the case. They're on the mattress websites themselves, in your face. In fact, it's also filled normally when you go to buy the mattress. You cannot buy a mattress without getting a discount. However, those discounts will vary. I can only compare retail prices, not a lot between them. On average, the average price for Casper 582 and the most expensive, Leesa 637. So I'm taking all the mattresses and adding up and working out the average, it's only 50 quid between the cheapest and the most expensive. So they're basically, and that's the reason really that I'm reviewing all these mattresses, they're all around the same budget level, all online mattresses. So they're all about the same price, but technically these have had a little bit of a price rise, but offset because they have permanently really big, huge, in excess of £100 off every time you go to buy a mattress. So when you buy a mattress, it normally ends up about the same, doesn't it? So they're all about the same. Technically, Casper is the cheapest. In terms of smell, as I said, all smell a little bit, some worse than others, but it's all gone now. I've got 4 mattresses in front of me, I can't smell anything. In terms of average density, of course, this has got springs in. In terms of the actual foam itself, and average density is really important. It's a clue as to the quality of the foams used, but you do have to take in the entire weight of the mattress as well. Obviously, if your mattress was that thin, doesn't matter how dense the material is, it's not going to be much use. So it's a combination of the overall weight and that density. But on average densities, Eve was one time a high density mattress. It's no longer the case. 39 kilos per cubic meters on my weighing tests. I'm not saying they advertise this at all. I'm saying on what I've worked out, which seems to be the case to me, 39 kilos per cubic meter makes it the worst off. Casper, by nature of having 4 layers rather than 3, because most of these mattresses, the base makes up the most of the weight, and that is the lowest density part of the mattress. So it gives it an advantage when you have an extra layer and less of a base. Overall, Casper has a slightly higher average at 41.6 compared to 39 in the others, around 40 and a half kilos each, the Simba and the Leesa. Not a lot in it, but Casper slightly the most, Eve the least. Casper and Eve have handles on the base. I find it really handy. I don't know why they don't all have handles on. I'm going to quickly take the covers off, quickly show you the foams, go over the foam specs, and then call it quits. So, of the washable covers, Simba doesn't actually have a label, but they say you can wash it. Problem is, it's an all-in-one. You can't remove the top from the bottom, and you have to get underneath it to unzip it. That's awkward, and no handles. Eve has handles. The top removes completely from the base, and you can unzip it from the top without moving the mattress. You cannot wash officially. Casper or Leesa, Casper removable top cover from the top. It does say hand wash only on it. Don't have to move the mattress to take the cover off if you're just taking the top cover. Leesa has to be unzipped from the bottom. It's an all-in-one. That makes it a bit awkward. And of course, it's spot clean only. So, the foam layers. Simba, we have 9 inches of comfort layers, 16-inch base. We have the 4 centimeters of synthetic latex, under which we have a layer of encapsulated micro pocket springs. Encapsulated means it's still got foam around the edge. Then we have the memory foam layer, 3 centimeters memory foam, and then your 16-inch base layer. So do not think of these as memory foam mattresses, even though they have memory foam, which is a significant part of the feel, but not in the way that you think, oh, it's good for my back. You're not getting the full pressure relieving qualities of a memory foam because you're still getting pushed back from the top layers and it's not reacting to your heat. However, it is adding to a duller feel. It is helping with motion transfer and it is helping with contouring. It's just not in its preferred position if you want a memory foam mattress and all the properties that come with it. Casper. So a bit different from the others. It's got 4 layers. So what's the difference? Well, it's giving more of a transition between the firm base layers and the top soft layers. Of course, the top comfort layers are not to provide support, but to provide contouring and of course comfort, but not to hold you up. And on the 3-layer configurations, you get 2 comfort layers and then that base, which is just to hold you up. But they transition, and I think it works quite well. So there's more of an in-between feel between the firm base layers and the softer foam layers, comfort layers above it. So 4 layers, which means if you take that as a kind of comfort layer, you have 11 centimeters comfort layers, 12.5 centimeters of base layer. We have 4 centimeters open cell. I have to point out, some of them make it sound like ours is open cell, and that makes it special. All foam in a mattress is open cell. It would be really uncomfortable and have major issues if it was not. You do get closed cell, of course. You use it in constructions and things like that. Not in a mattress, they're all open cell, but some will be more open cell than the others. However, I'm just pointing out they are more open cell, so when you read open cell, you don't think, oh, well, I'll go for that, it's open cell. They're all open cell. 4 centimeters open cell poly, I say open cell because that's how they describe it, but anyway, 4 centimeters polyurethane foam, 3.75 centimeters the memory foam, then the transition layer, 3.25 centimeters polyfoam, 12.5 centimeters base. I should point out the actual densities on these, of course. So 60 kilos per cubic meter for your synthetic latex. That's the low end of densities. Then your conical pocket springs, 55 kilos per cubic meter for your memory foam, and 33 kilos per cubic meter for the base layer. They all have 33 kilos per cubic meter for the base layer, so I won't repeat myself when it comes to the other base layers. Casper, 48 kilos per cubic meter top layer, 49 kilos per cubic meter the memory foam, 48 kilos per cubic meter polyurethane foam. Same density, but doesn't mean to say they're the same firmness. So density does not directly relate to firmness. So that's a softer one on top, and that's much firmer, more in line with the base than the top comfort layers. So these densities, around 50 kilos per cubic meter for a memory foam. That's as low as you'd really want to go with a memory foam, but they do go lower. So these are all spec'd about the same, 50 kilos per cubic meter, thereabouts for the top polyfoam layers. They're all going to come around the same configuration. Eve, just 6.5 centimeters. It's the lowest amount of comfort layer you're getting on these mattresses. 17 centimeters, the base layer. That's why it's a lower density overall, because most of that mattress is the base layer, which has, of course, the lowest density. It's just there to be a firm material holding you up. 50 kilos per cubic meter for 3.5 centimeters of polyurethane foam. They call it a comfort layer. It's polyurethane foam. 3 centimeters memory foam. Although they do spec theirs a little bit higher than the others. To be fair, 60 kilos per cubic meter for a layer. The second layer down is pretty reasonable for your memory foam layer. However, the ranges of a memory foam layer, when you start getting to orthopedic type mattresses, are 80 to 90 kilos per cubic meter. And decent ones, they used to have 75 kilos per cubic meter when they had the memory foam on top. However, 60 kilos is still pretty reasonable and better than the other mattresses here for the memory foam layer. These are all CertiPur foams on the Eve. But that small amount of comfort layer is why it's a firm mattress. Leesa, 10 centimeters comfort and 15 centimeters the base layer. Leesa has the most pure comfort layers. So Casper has 11 centimeters, but I include the transition But I didn't include the transition layer on the Casper, which is on the firm side. You're only talking 7.75 centimeters. So really, Leesa has the most in terms of the soft comfort layers, 10 centimeters. Its top layer is Avena foam. As you can see, it's different from the others. It's got holes in. It's really unusual. This is Avena foam. This is a branded polyurethane foam. Tested to be more in line with the latex than the normal polyurethane foam, more resilient. The holes also means there's more give and it makes it a softer mattress on top. 5 centimeters Avena foam, 50 kilos per cubic meter, in line basically with the others. The memory foam, again 50 kilos per cubic meter, in line with most of the others. The main difference here, of course, the holes on the top of Avena foam and the decent amount of comfort layer before you hit that firm base layer. So I hope you found that useful. These are the 4 most searched, but I have to say Casper more than double the next one in terms of searches. Casper Mattress, of course, the most searched, but I guess most people are searching outside the UK. However, these are UK specific mattresses. I hope you got an idea that if you're trying to choose between these 4, which one is going to suit you most. So if you are a tummy sleeper and your average weight, you're looking at Eve or Leesa. I'm saying that because you need a firm mattress to support your tummy. You don't want to sink in when you're on your tummy. Whereas you do want to sink in when you're on your side and your back. That is why they are very different mattresses that you're going to be looking for depending on your sleep position. Your biggest problem is if you are a side and tummy sleeper, because you want side the softest feeling mattress for you and tummy the firmest. You got issues. Probably the best thing is to stop sleeping on your tummy, which is really, really, really awful. However, you do have a problem if you're a side and tummy sleeper and you're wondering why you can't get a mattress that's just right for your shoulder and your back. If you're of average weight and you're tummy sleeper, Leesa, Eve. If you're heavy, Leesa, Eve. Of course, these are softer mattresses, so whatever weight you are, unless, of course, you are very, very light, then you can get away with the Simba and the Casper for tummy sleeping, because they're going to feel firm to you if you're well below average weight. If you are a side sleeper, you want the softer mattresses like Simba and Casper. Leesa will still do well. Leesa does well on any sleeping position for an average weight. It's the only one I would truly say that, of the mattresses I've tried. So Casper and Simba on the softer side, good for side sleeping. No matter what your weight, you're going to need a softer mattress. If you're a back sleeper, and back and side sleeper, something in between, then you can get away with basically any mattress that feels right to you as a back sleeper. Obviously you're aiming to keep your spine aligned, but you've got to feel comfortable as well, because everyone's spine is a little bit out of whack as well. So that's why you can't say what's perfect for everybody, because everybody's body is a little bit different and your preferences are a little bit different. So if you're just a back sleeper, you're just going to find one that's in the right firmness level to you. Soft, very firm, in the middle. Side sleeper, you're going to want the softer mattresses. Tummy sleeper, you're going to want the firmer mattresses. The heavier you are, the firmer the mattress you're going to require to have the same feel as someone with a lower weight. As you get heavier, you press down more, it's still going to feel soft to you. As I said, 18 stone on a firm mattress, going to feel like a soft one to you, just like someone 10 stone would be on a softer mattress. They're going to get the same feel from those mattresses. You've got to personalize it to you. I just hope I gave you enough of a difference. So in many ways they're quite similar, price-wise, configuration-wise. Other than, of course, you've got 2,500 conical pocket springs on Simba, which may or may not be a deal breaker to you. It is subtle, the difference they make to the mattress. It doesn't really change the feel. You won't be feeling springs under you. If you're reading headlines, it's pocket sprung mattress. Well, no, if that's what you want a full-size pocket sprung mattress, not micro coils, because they're not going to support you and you're not going to feel them and you're not going to get the bounce out of them. I've got to wrap it up and say, I think I covered most things. I did do a more detailed review on each of them. Don't go to the old Casper ones. Make sure it's the last Casper one I did, because the previous Caspers I had were a firmer mattress than this current zoned. And I didn't mention the zoning, to be honest. I should have mentioned the fact that they are all zoned apart from Leesa. Zoning is just fine-tuning the mattress. It's not a deal breaker. You shouldn't be saying, right, I want one that's zoned because that's going to be better for my back. They're fine-tuning it. It's absolutely no issue with having one that's zoned and not. In some ways you may be better off. Zoning, in the way they do it, removes foam to weaken certain areas. You've weakened the foam. That's going to be an issue down the line. It's going to obviously give out quicker than an area where it hasn't been zoned, hasn't had any foam cut out. Sag is on the Leesa, but of course you won't have mix and match. So you could give more give, say, where your hips are and let it align a little bit more if you had zoning. But you may not need it, and that's the point. They're all going to give. They all have molding characteristics. That's the whole point about foam, without zoning. So zoning, A, some of them seem to do it so they can say it's zoned, and B, it is fine tuning. They know their mattress. They've done their market research. They've done their testing. They know what most people would want from their mattress. So don't think of it as a deal breaker. Just think of it, well, they've done their testing and it's in line for most people. Doesn't mean it's best for you. So that is my multiple comparison of Simba, Casper, Eve, Leesa. Thank you for watching.
UK